single one of them heard God speak. And they told us their children, they told us their children. That's how I know that event happened. Now, if that event happened, which we know it happened, then that means that Moses must have been a true prophet. If Moses was a true prophet, then that means the book that our tradition concurs that he gave to us must be a divine book.
Okay, that called circular reasoning. Circular reasoning means the proof that this Quran from Allah, because Allah said the Quran from Allah. Therefore, now it is because what you are saying that the Jewish people heard God speaking to Moses. Who did that information from? From a Torah.
No, that's not true.
Let me to finish.
Okay, fine.
From a Dead Sea Scroll, the Torah. Now, this oral transmission, you don't have it. Okay? Allow me to finish. You know why? Because within the Torah, God cursed you many times. God said you are idol worshippers many times. Can you curse people and idol worshippers? Can you trust them?
God did not say that all of us are idolaters.
No, wait. Wait, the people that were in charge, they are the majority who turn against God. Is that correct?
No, they were not the majority.
You say that majority of people in charge, people that are in charge, that's what Jeremiah 8:8 said. How can you claim to be wise when the Torah has been changed, when the pen of the scribes changed the Torah?
That's not what it says. That's not what it says.
Yeah. Jeremiah 8:8.
I know it's Jeremiah 8:8. You always bring up this verse. It's the same one. You've misinterpreted it.
I misinterpreted it. Come on.
And you've mistranslated it as well.
We're gonna see.
Worse.
We're gonna see. So anyway, watch.
Jeremiah 8:8.
How can we say we are wise? For we have the law of the Lord. What is the law of the Lord? The Torah. When actually the lion pen of the scribes has handled it falsely.
No, not held it falsely.
I'm reading here.
I don't care about your English translation. I care about the Hebrew.
Brother. Don't tell me I don't care. It's not my English translation firstly.
It is about English translation.
No, there's no Muslim translation. That is not Muslim translation.
It's a bad translation.
Okay, no problem. Tell us what it means.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it says.
Yeah.
How can you say that we are wise? And the Lord
We are wise.
with us.
Say it again.
How can you say we are wise?
Okay.
And that the Torah of Hashem is with us. Verily, behold, he has done something for naught. 8 sheker sofrim, a pen of lying scribes.
So what's that mean? Lying scribes. So what's that mean?
It means that the false prophets that he's talking about here in this entire chapter, which you haven't read the whole chapter.
I did read it because the whole chapter Jeremiah rebuking the Israelites.
Chapter 8.
No.
Chapter 8 of
Brother,
Jeremiah.
before you start accusing me of something, I read all of it.
Really?
Jeremiah.
What's chapter 8 about?
Jeremiah rebuking you, but firstly, before we go to that, what is the translation? Because you says the wrong translation. There's many translation here, and all of them.
It word for word.
So what is it?
I'll tell you again.
No, just translate it without using the Hebrew bit.
Fine. How do you say we are wise and the Torah of Hashem is with us?
With us.
Verily, behold, it has done it for naught. It has done for naught. A pen of lying scribes.
Yes, carry on.
That's the end.
So here, all the translation here, these different translators, all of them mistranslated. All of them. Look. How can you now watch? I'm gonna show you, yeah? Because it is known you just did taqiyya now. You did taqiyya, taqiyya Shia one. You just did.
I'm reading from the verse.
No, we're gonna see.
I translated it word for word.
We're gonna see if you translate it word for word.
That's fine. Because
Brother,
I'm not going to try and interpret the Quran because I don't know Arabic. I'm not
No,
Arabic.
but you
I'm
cannot.
try and do that and interpret the gospel because I don't know Greek.
You
I
can't
will interpret this because I know Hebrew.
Let us see all the translation because it doesn't make any sense if all the translators translated it wrongly except you who cannot trust. We cannot trust you.
Fine, don't trust me.
Yeah, so let us see what the translator said. New International Version. How can you say we are wise, for we have the law of the Lord, when actually the lying pen of scribes has handled it falsely? New Living Translation. How can you say we are wise, because we have the word of the Lord, when your teachers have twisted by writing lies? What lies are talking about? You see what the Torah, okay?
How does this compare with the Hebrew then? That's the
Brother, what I'm showing you, it is irrational. All the translators from a different background, from a different organization, mistranslated it. Even though there's no point, there's no need for them to mistranslate it because there are Christians who they're gonna make sure to not mistranslate the Torah for the sake to claim the Torah help us as the Christians. So if it was a Muslim, for the sake of argument, I say yes, maybe. You understand? So we have all the translators translating it the way he mentions that Jeremiah rebuking. Jeremiah rebuking. So anyway, so let's go back to the main point.
I don't accept those translations because it's not what the Hebrew
We don't
says.
accept the translation. We don't trust you.
Fine, don't trust me then.
Yeah, but can you prove to us? The people are listening to us and watching us. They're gonna say, hold a minute. So the translators from different background, different organizations came together to lie about one passages.
Look,
that is not true. Allow me to finish. Imagine now, someone comes to me. He's a Muslim. He said, Shamsi, there's a fight outside. Are you listening? Okay. Imagine someone comes to me and says, Shamsi, there's a fight outside. Another person comes and says, Shamsi, there is a fight outside. Another person comes, Shamsi, there is a fight outside. 20 of them, they never met each other. They don't know each other. Logically, they cannot be lying. Because they never met each other. You see what I'm saying? So all the translators from different organizations, different background, they're going to mistranslate and we're going to trust you. That is irrational.
Fine, don't trust me. You know what to do? You know what to do? Learn Hebrew, read the words, and find out what it says.
I will, inshallah.
Okay,
I will. Yeah, I will.
That's the
So
only
because the translators, they know Hebrew. So how come they tell us? So the translator doesn't know Hebrew.
Those translators did not translate from the Hebrew. They translated from the Latin Vulgate, which was a translation of the LXX.
How do you know they don't translate Hebrew? How do you know?
Because all of the Christian translations are based on the Vulgate.
Let me see. Let us see.
Do you know what the Vulgate is?
Why is it
The
good?
Vulgate is a Latin translation of the LXX, made by Jerome. Right? This is a Latin thing, which is a translation from the Greek, which is a translation, a bad translation of the Hebrew.
Yeah, but wait. You cannot claim that for all the translators, my point.
I can, and I will, because I read and understand Hebrew.
No,
I don't care what any
you're missing. You cannot claim all the translators translated it directly from Latin or Greek. You cannot claim that. That's irrational. You're making lots of irrational statements. Anyway, the point here is, so what I'm saying, that I'm showing you that you made a irrational statement by saying that the last passages in Deuteronomy is a prophecy. And with a prophecy, when he says...
I said it's written by a prophet. That's what I said.
Did he say prophecy or not? He said prophecy. Now you change it.
Written by a prophet.
By a prophet. Who is the prophet written by?
Either Moses or Joshua.
So you're not sure? It can be written by someone else.
No, it wasn't written by somebody else.
Brother, if you tell me this is the word of God, I say, oh, God revealed it to who? You're going to tell me either him or him. You're not sure, because the rabbis have differed. Some rabbis said it was given to Moses, okay, as a prophecy. That doesn't make any sense when you read the passages and the context. Some rabbis said it was given to Joshua, and doesn't stop there. Some rabbis said it was given to the prophet after Joshua. You understand? Yeah, there is an opinion. There is an opinion. There is an opinion that it was who is it? No, I think one of them is maybe Jeremiah. Who's written. I heard that, but I'm not going to tell you the strongest opinion or something. But my point here is that you cannot utilize the Torah that you don't know who has written it.
I can. Because I do know who wrote it. I do know who wrote it.
You're not sure if Joshua... Say, okay, is the one...
If you're having an issue with me about 8 verses, guess what? Muhammad doesn't contradict those 8 verses. Muhammad contradicts different verses.
Which one? God got tired?
No, not that verse.
Okay, that's God got
It
tired.
doesn't say that God got tired.
Okay, it says...
Where does it say God was tired?
Okay, go to Numbers. He said, God created the heavens and the earth.
Yes.
In 6 days.
Yes.
In the 7th day, rested and refreshed. What's he going to say to me? Watch. He's going to say mistranslation. I will expose him, because I speak to Jewish boy.
I'm not going to say
there was a Jewish boy with me, and he said, no, it's not mistranslation. It says that. Okay.
Yeah, it does say that.
Okay.
It doesn't mean he was sleeping. It doesn't mean he rested.
What does it mean, rest and refresh?
Resting doesn't mean you're tired.
Okay, if I say I've been working the whole week, I'm resting tomorrow, in my context, what does it mean?
In your context, that means that you're tired.
When God says He created the heavens and the earth in 6 days and rested 7th day, what does it mean?
It means that He stopped working.
And refreshed.
Yes.
You know what refresh mean? I mean re-energized.
Yes.
So God needs to be re-energized, but God is full powerful.
Do you know what anthropomorphism is?
Now you're gonna talk about. I know anthropomorphism because we have that in Islam as well.
Great.
Yeah.
So you'll appreciate.
So you're gonna say it's metaphorical.
Yes.
Hold a minute. Now, where's the yardstick to say which one is metaphorical, which one is not?
The yardstick is as follows. Every single physical description of God in the entire Tanakh, according to Judaism, is anthropomorphism. Every single one.
Okay, so that could exist.
When it said, yes, he exists.
Do you exist?
Yes.
Are you like God now?
No.
So, see, you know what I'm doing now?
I know.
Yeah,
because you think existence is a prerequisite. That's not true.
It's an attribute, existence.
Existence is not an attribute.
So where is it?
Existence is nothing. It's just a word
Existence
to
is nothing.
describe something. It's a
Yeah,
descriptive.
describe. So it's description, which is an attribute.
An adjective.
Okay, it's description. You are describing something that exists. Okay. So God exists.
For most people, I thought you were a bit clever.
By the way, we're
Most
going
people,
to.
when I say
So we're
this-
talking here is a bit more deeper for people to understand. We're talking about he's as a Jewish man, not all the Jewish. Some Jewish, what they do, they explain away some passages talking about God. So when you talk about God's face, they say no, it doesn't mean that. It's metaphorical, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. So now, just before we go to that, you said, because I don't want to go into deeper, so people can understand. Make it simple for people. Now, so when he said rested and afresh, it's metaphorical.
Yes.
So when he created the heavens and the earth, is it metaphorical?
In creation, in human sense, sure.
So he never created the heavens and the earth.
It depends what you mean by creation. Now, you can't say he didn't create
I
it.
can't speak some
but
more.
look, I was going to say it in a very simple way, but I say it in a very simple way of existence, but you didn't like that. So I'm going to have to do the complicated thing, which is where you describe it using negatives, in that you won't say that God actually does something which is a physical thing. Instead, you'd have to say that you can't say he doesn't do the physical thing, but you can't say that he definitely does not do the physical thing either. Right?
No, slow down. You've been talking more. Say again, God doesn't do physical thing.
Okay, I wanted to say God exists, for example, God created, for example.
Yeah.
However, you didn't like that because you said, well, we do certain things too. So therefore, I'm going to have to say the negative way and say, we know that God definitely did not create it, right? We know we can't say that he didn't create it, and we can't say that he did create it. So what do we have to say? We have to say that he definitely did not create it.
So you cannot say, listen carefully, people, yeah? He said, correct me if I'm wrong. So you cannot say God did not create it. Likewise, you cannot say God did create.
You can't say you did, you can't say you didn't. Instead, you have to do a double negative in order to cover yourself on both bases if you're going to go through this philosophical and semantical loophole.
Was Moses a philosopher?
Moses was a prophet.
He was a prophet. So this philosophical thing, this doesn't make any sense because what you're doing now, because you've been put in a big problem here, you had to create and invent a new way of understanding Moses' teaching by using the Greek philosophy. That's not the teaching of Moses. Okay, I'll show you the teaching of Moses, but before we go to that, people understand what he's saying. He said we cannot say God created and we cannot say God did not create. That it is irrational, illogical.
Nope.
Do you know what? Okay, listen to this. Okay, do you believe in law of contradiction?
Yes.
Is that universal?
What do you mean?
Is it something God gave it to us? Everyone knows that you can. It is impossible to exist and don't exist at the same time. Correct?
For a human being, yes.
Okay. Now, see? Okay. So are you saying for God it's possible to exist and not exist at the same time?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
You
is
said for human being.
What I'm saying is, because you say, well, I exist and God exists, therefore.
No,
like
that was
God.
my question.
Right?
That's my question.
So if you're going to say that, we're going to have to say that we know that we can't say that God doesn't exist. Right? That's heresy, right? And we can't. But now you're adding a new thing. We also can't say that God does exist. So we end up having to say that God definitely does not exist. That's what we end up having to say because of your semantical nonsense.
What are you talking about?
Wait, I'm talking about what you said.
You know what I said to you? I said to you, law of contradiction.
Yes.
God gave it to us.
Yes, you don't
And it
understand
applies
what I'm saying.
No, listen carefully.
God definitely doesn't not exist. Get that through your head.
God does not exist.
No, that's not what I said. He definitely does not exist.
Okay, so he does exist.
That's not what I said either.
Oh, you're just playing with words, man.
No, please. Even a non. Wait. Stop. I want a non-Muslim to come here and speak to this individual guy because my English, because he creates on English. So does God exist or not exist?
He exists.
He exists.
And now you're going to say, wait. Before.
No,
that's why I have to double
you have to let me finish.
That's why I have to do these
Let me
semantical
finish.
games with you because you play it with me first. That's why.
Brother, you have finished, brother. Calm down. Well, I ask you the question: is it rational to say someone exists and don't exist at the same time? Is it rational?
Is it rational? No.
You just told us that God creates and didn't create at the same time.
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, did God create?
Fine, I'll say God created. Sure.
Okay, God created. So when God said create the heavens and the earth in 6 days, was that metaphorical or was an actual action?
An action of creating. Fine, I'll go down your rabbit hole. Fine.
No,
sure.
don't say my rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Don't
maybe
say
a
that.
rabbit hole.
What you believe?
What I believe is that God does not do any physical things. And creation, by what we think of creation, is a physical thing. And therefore God did not do that.
I'm not saying that. Did God create or not?
That depends what you mean by create.
He created the creation.
What do you mean?
He did create it.
This is the problem.
Did he create the creation? I'm
This is the
asking you.
problem.
Did God create the creation?
He did create.
Okay, so when the context when he said he created the creation 6 days, 7 days rested and refreshed. Why you had to say create is actual thing, and when it comes to rest and refresh, you say it's metaphorical. Where does it say? Wait. Where Moses said that is metaphorical?
Moses did not say that.
So you made it up.
No, I did not make it up.
Okay, who made it up?
Nobody made it up.
Because if Moses never said it, therefore you have to make it up. Moses never said that. It's metaphorical.
Moses did not say it in the Torah. It's part of the oral tradition.
Huh?
It's part of the oral Torah. It's not part of the written Torah.
I know it's by one of the not all the rabbis. Some of the rabbis who was affected by the Greek philosophy, they had to explain away the passages which therefore, if we accept it, therefore we are making God as a physical being.
I have a question for you. You ask me a lot of questions.
No problem. Ask me
I have a
questions. That's
for
true.
you.
I ask
Do
a lot of
Do
questions.
you believe that God exists?
Yes, indeed.
And do you believe that God created?
Yes, indeed.
So you believe these things. So you exist and God exists.
Yeah,
Are
but
you like God?
no, we say as a Muslim now, let me make you understand Islamic teaching. So what we say doesn't mean because we say God exists or God has a face, therefore it's like our existence, like our face. Because there is nothing like unto God. Allah in the Quran said, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. There is nothing like unto Him, and He's the all-hearing and the all-seeing. So whatever Allah attributes Himself with the attributes, for example, He's the most merciful. We have mercy. God has a mercy, but the mercy of God is not like our mercy. You understand? Just for example, the phone has a face, and you have a face. But your face and the phone's face is not the same. You
So
understand?
why don't you accept that on our version?
No, because
It's a double standard.
that's a good question. He said, why don't you accept that in our teaching? That's a good question. However, the attribute of rest and refresh all the time, everyone understands is deficiency. It's not like mercy. Mercy does not necessitate deficiency. Rather, mercy and the time of power, if I'm a powerful man and I forgive someone, that necessitates I'm powerful. I'm just speaking perfect. However, rest and refresh and regret, that is an attribute of deficiency.
No, it's not. No, absolutely not.
I can't.
If a person
Define regret. Define
if
regret.
Okay, if a person regrets, right? So that's a good thing. The person regrets. Yes, I know. He's not accepting it. I tried that before.
But that's a simple concept.
I know.
That means that when they see attributes as related to God, we see attributes as we can't put any attributes onto God. It's a human understanding of trying to comprehend what we can't comprehend.
I know.
So you cannot put any attribute to God.
We can't put any
He's God alive.
Exactly. He did this
That
before,
means
right?
that means
Brother, you're not Jewish man, are you?
That means
Let me speak.
I'll tell you
I
what.
know. Yeah, but let us speak. Because why? You know, this teaching lead you to paganism. That's why the Muslim scholars, Ahl Sunnah, refute Asha'ira, refute the other groups, because they were affected by the Jewish people and the Christians who were affected by the Greek philosophy.
Shamsi,
So my question was to you, Aaron, is God alive?
Is God alive? For humans' understanding, to be able to say, we would say yes, but is it really in the essence of alive? Alive and dead is something that is created by the creator.
Life, huh?
Life and death.
I didn't say death, life.
I'm trying to bring a point. Life
Yeah.
and death
Yeah.
is a created thing by the creator.
Is a created thing. Is that
So the creator
Okay.
created life, and the creator created the concept of death.
Okay.
Now, because we are alive, means that we are active and we go. So when we try to be able to comprehend what we can't comprehend, that is the incomprehensible, because we humans have a limited brain. So we would say live, for us to understand God, we would say He's alive. The same way we would say He's a rachamim, He's a merciful, because that is for us. Because for you to able to, you pray to a Lord, and you can't put it into concept at all, and you know that you can't. But we try to give you a mindset of being able to, for you to relate to God, not God to you. That means is we as Jews believe there is no way of understanding God at all.
Okay, so no, but I have to comment on this. So what you're doing, you're mixing between two things here. What you're mixing between, that when we say God has a life, we cannot comprehend his life. However, God is alive. A life doesn't mean look, because what is alive?
Once again.
Mean that, because I know you speak. Life means God exists, yes, and he's creating.
That's a human understanding.
Wait. No, so if human doesn't exist, is God alive?
God is God. God makes life.
How do you say? No,
God makes life.
Is God?
Shamsi, answer me this question, brother. Is God happy or sad? Is God happy or sad?
God has attributes of happiness and attributes of no. We don't say sad because I don't know. I cannot recall. No, wait. You have to allow me to finish, but ask me a question. Yeah. When you say is God happy, the problem that here, the God has attributes befit His Majesty. You understand? Because when you start negating attributes from God, it's going to lead you to a non-existent thing. So my question was to you that we believe God has attributes of anger, the attributes of mercy,
I know.
but no attributes of deficiency.
No.
Okay, now listen to this. Listen to this.
The most
Allow me
important
to finish,
brother. Sorry.
Let me to finish, Aaron, please.
Sorry.
So now I'm asking you, if we don't exist, does God exist if we do not exist?
Sure, God is not relevant to us.
No, I'm asking you.
Does God exist without us?
Okay, He's alive without us.
But the word alive is a thing that only we relate to it. That means it's...
Okay, is it ever living?
That's
Is it ever
you
living?
say, God got a hand befit His Majesty. No, one second.
If I'm asking you, you say yes. Is it ever
you
living?
say God is alive and you got a hand befits His Majesty. That's the word many Muslims use, yeah?
Yes, no doubt about
What we
that.
say it is, if you want to say God got a hand, it is related to the human comprehensive understanding, how we try to understand and project something to something we can't comprehend. That means is God is everything. We can't comprehend it. That means is we can't comprehend not His attributes, not His names. We, for example, try to bring out for humans to be able to pray and to relate to God. So we, for example, we never say God's name ever, yeah? The way it's spelled, we never say God's name.
Okay.
Why don't we say God's name is to bring into ourselves the greatness and the holiness of something we can comprehend.
Okay, see what's happened now. There's a difference between comprehending, because now we say God has a life, God's ever living. He has no beginning, no end, correct? However, now, how? We don't understand it. So you are mixing between, there's an attribute that God has, because anything that exists has attributes. Anything, including God. Okay, no, see. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, listen carefully now. So what I'm saying to you, that you are mixing between, that's why what happened to the Asha'ira and the Mufawwida. When they said, we cannot say God exists, we have to say, when Allah said exists, we don't know the meaning. No, we know the meaning, but we don't know what? How. For example, let me ask you. When Allah said, He is the strongest, we understand the meaning of strongest, but we don't know how. We say Allah is the most merciful. We understand the meaning of the...
We use the exact same terminology.
Wait.
We use the exact same terminology.
But we believe actually God has it, not metaphorical. So now, before we move on, does God exist?
Sure, God exists.
Do you exist?
I exist as well.
So therefore, your existence... Wait.
But
so
my existence and His existence are two different types of existence.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm trying
to... You come into the Al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah now.
No. Shamsi, the same is...
No, rest is deficiency.
Okay.
No, rest is deficiency.
Shamsi, God does not rest. God does not rest.
So debate with him. He said rest.
No, I'll tell you what he's trying to bring a point.
Okay.
God rest, it's for our understanding to comprehend what it means. That creation came to a completion.
Yeah.
For humans to understand when a work ends, it's not related to God, it's our relation for us to understand what happened. That is not in its essence, it is within our human limited mind frame to be able to comprehend it. So we use words for humans to understand and comprehend God.
So you're going to use deficient...
God does not rest, He does not sleep, He does not slumber. Every night
so the Torah, is it, when in the Torah said God rests and refresh, is that a lie or true?
It is human, it's true for humans to understand.
No. Listen carefully. When it said God rests and refreshed, is that true or a lie?
What do you mean? For humans to understand the...
Brother, you are listen.
Shamsi.
You can't listen. Aaron. You can't.
Shamsi, can I finish? Shamsi.
I was speaking. I'm gonna let him finish.
Akhi, that means this. If you want to ask, when the Torah says God rested, yes,
and refreshed,
does this mean what we can't comprehend did something that we can't comprehend and finished something that we can't comprehend? The answer to that is yes. The human terminology we would use to it The human terminology we'd use it is for us humans to understand. We would use the word rest when something was
refreshed.
finished. But did
No,
God
no, no,
rest
no, no,
or
no,
refresh?
no.
No.
No, rest and refresh doesn't mean finish. There's a difference between saying, I'm making my car, I just finished. Everyone will understand finish doesn't mean I finished my car, I'm resting and refreshing. Don't play with words, you know.
I'm not playing with words.
You are known for that.
No.
Allah mentioned in the Quran about you. يسمعون الكلام ثم يحرفونه من بعد ما سمعوا عقلوه. That you hear the word of Allah, then you understand it and you change it. That's what you're doing right
No,
now.
I did not
And
change
that's,
the word.
When I speak to Jewish people, they are manifesting what Allah said about them in the Quran. Seriously. So now we have to understand.
Shamsi,
Hear me out.
brother.
Hear me out.
I want to stop you. Sorry,
I have to
sorry.
let me finish. What I'm saying is simple. Closing. Listen. Aaron, closing the door is not the same as I'm resting. Closing the door and resting is not the same. So when in the Bible said, God rest and refreshed, the one that has written that, was he lying or was he saying the truth? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, now can I answer you something?
Yeah, was he lying or saying
I'm
the
going to first interject you and stop you. I'm not going to tell you as a Muslim that you change your Quran. Please don't do the same, but if you want, you can do it. But one second.
I cannot just keep on going.
No,
My question is simple. Was he lying or saying the truth?
But let me finish.
Yeah.
That means is the words we use to explain the Torah, we use an expression called the Torah is written belushim and ayudam, and the way for man to understand.
I understand that.
Okay. So,
my question, was he lying or saying the truth?
If we would read the Torah that humans can't comprehend it wouldn't have been given down to humans. So it's for humans to understand.
So the rest and the fresh from God gave it to us.
Now, as for humans to understand, to comprehend the concept of a creation that came to completion, a human comprehension of it is and I'll stop you before I even finish. I want to finish with one more line. Is the way we understand it is that it came for humans understanding that completion. We use the word rest for it. Now, if you ask any Jew around from 3 years old, did God rest at the seventh day? He'll answer, we don't understand what it means, but there is something there for us.
Wait, you say you don't understand what it means, but you just said us means finished creation.
A second, what it means to God himself, it's for us to understand the completion of the universe.
No. So wait. So now God gave us a revelation that we cannot understand, and God chose the wrong word to tell
God
us how. Okay, wait. Because everyone understand resting and refreshing does not mean closing the door. Does not mean finishing. Resting and refreshing. Refreshing, no. Resting.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
Wait. Resting and refreshing. Go to English dictionary. Go to Hebrew dictionary. Refresh when you re-energize. Correct? Re-energize. That's the definition of the Creator. Okay. However, now, of course, there's a problem for you.
There's
so
no problem for me.
Of course, because why? Now you are literally making your own language by telling us rest and refresh doesn't mean rest and refresh.
It means for humans. Listen, all of you listening.
So I can't speak to you anymore. Aaron, I have to go, Aaron. You know.
His understanding is something where he doesn't want to comprehend, Shamsi, the full meaning of the verse by taking it in its literal form and then questioning, is this literal mean A, B, and C? When I tell him what the literal form means, is for humans to understand what it means, completion of creation. And that's what this verse means, that's its intent, and that's why Jews, for 3,334 years, keep the Sabbath to commemorate the completion of the universe.
Okay, so therefore, wait, sorry. So therefore, I'm going to conclude something, please. So
on what he's created. Since God created the universe, he's never needed to come back and...
Yeah. So therefore, now what was happening now, we just invented a new English language. So brothers and sisters, rest and refreshed, according to the Jewish here, doesn't mean rest and refreshed. It means something else. So English language, I don't know what's going to happen to you anymore. Jewish people are changing the English language.
The only one changing
brother,
is the obligation that you have.
What does it mean rest and refresh? All of us. In English language, when someone say I'm arrested and refreshed,
God is a spirit, he's not in the flesh.
It's God's spirit.
Is in the flesh.
You believe God's spirit?
God is in the spirit.
I said that, before, we're all trying to use words to explain something we can't understand.
God is not in the flesh.
So God, what I'm saying,
we're trying to use words.
Just go and say it. What I'm saying, alhamdulillah, look.
We are limited.
God is limitless. That's why we can't
We are mortal beings.
So God gave you a revelation you can't understand.
No, but
But he gave you a word to understand. So he gave
Shamsi,
you.
I'll tell you
Allow me
what,
to
you are
finish.
not understanding me.
Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. So he gave you a word. Excuse me. They don't believe. Are you a Christian? Are you a Christian? Are you a Christian?
No,
Why are you?
I'm not a Christian.
Why are you? I'm asking
I'm
you.
from the tribe of Judah.
You're
Not one of these.
no one days. Why? You don't believe she's a child of Judah?
No.
Why? You don't believe she's a child of Judah?
I don't know.
You're Hebrew Israelite. Are you Israelite? Are you Israelite?
They're being racist.
I know. Without
There
fear.
were black people in Israel. There's always been black people in Israel.
Are you Israelite? Yeah?
Moses was married to a black woman.
No, Moses is a black man according to Islam teaching. Yeah, Moses is a black man. Is according to you, was a black man?
So don't bring like
Yeah.
racist.
Islam teaching Moses was a black man. But my point is, I understand you what you say. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Because I believe Jesus was a light skin, according to Prophet Muhammad's teaching. Moses was a black man. You see? But according to them, they don't believe that. Do you believe Moses is a black man?
What I believe what the Torah says with no abrogation.
Was he black man? I'm asking you.
Well, the Torah has never given a description.
Listen, no, anyway, so what I'm saying to you, look, so you are saying, huh? Yeah. Okay, that's true, yeah. But you, when she said she's a child of Judah, your reaction was very...
According to the scriptures, was Moses adopted? Was
Yeah,
Moses
so
adopted by Pharaoh's daughter?
if they are Hebrew Israelites, what's the problem with that?
Okay, that's
Anyway,
a different topic.
Yeah, anyway. My point here is that the teaching, what I'm saying, you're saying, so he gave you words that we as a human can understand, correct?
Try to understand.
Yeah, try to understand.
Yes.
So as a human, the way we understand rest and refreshed, especially in the context of I was working for 6 days. 7th day, rest and refreshed. In any language mean, due to the work, I rested, refreshed mean, I re-energized. That is not the attribute of the Most High. You just help me to show you that what
Now,
you just...
Shamsi, that's two things, Shamsi. You as a Muslim believe that God has attributes. We as a Jew believe that the attributes are for humans to comprehend. So that's the first distinction we have. So when you see the word rest, you relate it because of your mindset, where you come from, that God has attributes. Must be, the Jew says God sleeps.